Hey everybody, it's Miss A, and I'm doing some review videos that will hopefully be helpful. They're not exactly concepts that we are learning as of right now in math, but they are concepts that we will do at the beginning of the school year. So they're concepts that the kids will see at different times throughout the school year, and it can help them in other grade levels as well. So today we're going to talk about adding and subtracting. Now, one of the things that I do with adding and subtracting that helps me be successful, let me get a pencil or a pen that works here. Adding and subtracting, and we're going to talk about adding and subtracting with regrouping and just general adding and subtracting. One of the strategies that I use that a lot of our kids really need to be successful is keeping things straight. It's not that they don't know how to add or subtract, it's that they get confused because honestly the handwriting is not that good. So one of the techniques that we use to help students keep themselves aligned is by turning their paper horizontal. So you have columns, and in these columns I can write digits. So for example, I might have 134 plus 47. And you see how when I do that, I line up my values. These are both my ones, these are my tens, these are my hundreds, and they are in a line together. And I know everything that's in this column needs to be added together. So we have 4 plus 7. Let me change that to make that 5. We'll do 45. That way we're not regrouping right now. So we have 4 plus 5, and I can do that. Obviously, I know 4 plus 5 is doubles minus 1. Doubles minus 1 means 5 plus 5, which equals 10, minus 1, that's that, which equals 9. So this is a strategy that we teach the kids is doubles minus 1 and doubles plus 1. This is equal to 9. Now, another strategy is using, obviously, manipulatives, and we've talked about different things we could use for manipulatives at the home. We've talked about being able to use beans or paper clips. Obviously, the hard beans that are in the bags are really helpful. You want to use the bigger ones like the kidney beans or the pinto beans. You not necessarily want to use lentil beans. So I have 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, plus 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then I just count them all and add them together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. So that gives me 9. But I can also use the strategies of doubles plus 1. I can always use counting on, which is you start with your bigger number. So you say 5, and then you put the remainder on your fingers. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So instead of counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, instead of doing that, we start with our greater number and we add on. So that's 5, say 5 in your head, and then 6, 7, 8, and 9. So we get 9. Then we move to the next column. We always start in our ones when adding and subtracting. We start with our tens. So tens is 3 plus 4. This is again doubles minus 1. 4 plus 4 is equal to 8. And minus 1, which would make that 3, see 4 minus 1 equals 3, equals 7. So that's 7. Again, we could do 4 on our head, 3 on our fingers, 4, 5, 6, 7. And we could also do our manipulatives. 1, 2, 3. And here's 4. And then we count them together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You could also do 4 on your manipulatives. So 4, or you could start with your bigger number 4 and then add 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Same thing as using your fingers, and fingers are always there. We want the children to try to not rely on their fingers to really think about adding on, but if they need to, that is a strategy, and it goes a little quicker. Next, I move to my hundreds. 1 plus 0 is 1. So my answer of 134 plus 45 is equal to 179. That is just standard adding. Now we can do adding with regrouping. 297 plus 186, okay? So here's where we start with regrouping. We always, again, start with our ones, move to our tens, move to our hundreds. 7 plus 6. Well, 7 plus 6 is doubles minus 1, or 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I put my 3 here. I regroup a number. When I regroup, I just move it to the next column. That's another thing that keeps this nice and straight. We say regrouping a 10 because it is in the tens place. If you have 13, this is in the ones, this is in the tens. We say regroup a 10, but then sometimes for kids that gets confusing here with the hundreds. It gets a little bit confusing when I say regroup a 10. So I just say regroup that next number. So now I have 1, 9, and 8. Well, if I put the 1 and the 9 together, or the 1 and the 8 together, that gives me 9. Well, then that's doubles. 9 plus 9, which is 18. And I regroup the number. Now I have 1 and 1, which is 2, 2 plus 2, which is 4. So this is adding and subtracting with regrouping. Remember, you can use your manipulatives. Try thinking about your strategies. Always start with your ones, move to your tens, move to your hundreds, and move towards the left. Start at the right, move towards the left. Now let's talk about subtracting. And subtracting with regrouping is the thing that does seem to mess them up. Again, I use a strategy of vertical lines, standing up lines or columns. So let's say 186 minus 74. All right, this is just standard subtraction. So I have 6 and I take away 4. One good thing about this is that I can count on. Well, I have 4, 5, 6, and I count till I get to 6, and that tells me how many I have, 2. Or I could take 6 manipulatives, and I could take away 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and whatever's left over is what we have. So this is counting on to figure out your subtraction, or this is taking away to figure out your subtraction, whatever choice you want to do. Here we have 8 minus 7. So I'm at 7, and I'm going to count up to 8. 7, 8, it's 1. And then 1 minus 0, 0, 1. It's 1. That is standard subtraction. Now I'm going to do subtraction with regrouping. So I have 138 minus 99. 138 minus 99. Here I have 8, and I want to give you the visual. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Here I have 8, and they want me to take away 9. I do not have 9 to take. I only have 8. So what I have to do is I borrow from my neighbor. And when I borrow, that means I'm taking a 10, so I put my 10 there, and then I have my 1, this is my 1s, so that's 18. This, when I borrow a whole 10, it drops down, so it becomes a 2. If it was a 4, it would become a 3, and vice versa. So now I have 18 minus 9. Well, I know my doubles, 9 plus 9 is 18, so I know this is 9. But if I didn't know it was 9, I could start at 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Let me do it this way, 18, and that gives me 9. Now I have here 2 minus 9. If I have 2, I can't take 9 away. One of the common misconceptions that students do is they 2 minus 9 and they put 7. That's not correct. The 2's on top, so we can't take 9 from this 2. And so this is a common misconception that happens when we're subtracting. So here we have a 2. I can't take 9 from that. I need to borrow from here. So this 1 drops down 1, which becomes a 0, and I put the 1 in front of the 2. That's now 12. So now I have 12. Subtract 9. So I start at 9, 9, 10, 11, 12. That gives me 3. All right, and then 0 minus 0 is 0. So my answer would be 39. All right, I hope that this little review on adding and subtracting with regrouping helps. Again, you can use manipulatives, you can count on, you can think of the strategies, doubles plus 1, doubles minus 1 to help you. Go ahead and give me a subscribe, like button. If you have any questions, put them down in the comment box. I will answer them for anybody. Again, thanks for watching, everybody. Have a good day.